Yeah, so I'll put this on. So just real quick review, right? We're doing ball Qigong, just for the video. Just start out stable, just trying to find the center of the ball connected, right? Back and forth, and trying to rotate it. And then you can do it at all the different chakra heights, right? From the root to the sacral, to solar plex, heart, throat, third eye and crown, and up and down. And if you're going up and down, you're connecting, polishing and cultivating the chakra, as well as thinking inside the central channel, the spinal column and the nerves, right? So we're overlaying that with this skill. And studying Sung, right? We want to study Sung, relaxing and expanding the joints, okay? So we went from the palms don't move to the palms can swivel, right? That's where we are now. And then the palms can start releasing, okay? And we want to rotate, okay? So right now we're at the point where you're scooping from the bottom. So right in the center, you want to keep this right in the center line. You have to drop your shoulders, scoop up, right? And then turn it over, right? So if you focus just on one palm for now, I'm using my right hand, right? Scooping up, rolling it over, right? The other hand helps to rotates, the other hand comes on the bottom, so the other hand is going to scoop up, roll it over, right? And it's pivoting on the other hand. So now the two palms, yeah. So scooping with the palm, scooping with the palm, yeah, scooping with the palm, and then keeping the palm towards the ball, right? So one hand scoops, one hand scoops from the bottom, and then it just pivots, right? It changes. Then the other hand scoops, right? Scoop, scoop. So you can see the other hand is going to pivot, right? And it has to come back into place. So it's always scooping. So always scooping, turning, scooping, and turning. Shoulders are down, elbows are down. Yeah, good, nice. Okay. Okay. That's really tight if you do it like this. So learn to turn your waist. If you turn your waist, turning my waist will cause that first movement to happen. Turning my waist will cause the hand to drive up. Turning my waist, right? Turning my waist. So turning my waist, elbows are down and relaxed. All the joints are relaxed and open, right? So I can cradle it like this. It can keep it really tight against my forearms. I can just kind of fingertip it, right? Very light, and let it pivot. But I'm turning my waist. So you can do this standing or seated. Right? Standing or seated, I can really turn and turn and turn. Okay? And I'm trying to keep it at one level. So if I'm choosing my solar plex right now, or my heart, right? Trying to keep it at my heart, very lightly turning my waist. As I turn, I can feel my hips sinking a little, sinking, yeah. Get my whole palm, it can swivel around the whole palm. If my palms don't move, right? If I go back to that first where the palms are like they're stuck on here, but everything else can move, right? It comes really tight. You can see how tight it would be and how much you would have to turn to achieve that. So you could go back to that while you're doing this, right? The palms don't move, and then they can swivel a little, right? Then they can rotate, and then they can start releasing and rotating and rotating and rotating. Okay? So it comes up, turn over, down, up, rotating, and come down. Okay? So this looks like this move, right? Coming up. So scooping, so it's right, that scooping, it comes up and then it rotates and comes out, right? And it comes down and it rotates and comes out. So when we're doing this warm-up and we're doing this more bagua type of move, you can imagine, oh, you're holding and splitting the ball, right? Top and bottom, and then coming up, right? Holding and splitting the ball. And then on the bottom, right, it scoops. So it scoops, it comes out, and it rotates. So up here, this is still rotating. but it's right in the center, right? It just rotates right in the center. It's my waist that's turning, and it's coming down right in the center, and it stays right in the center, but it's still rotating. And as I rotate, my shoulder blade comes out. I can feel my shoulder blade come out. Okay, so anyway, that's how this associates. Okay? So we can go up and down. And as you go up and down, connect it to the center of the body, whatever height you're doing, connect it to that point inside of your body. So if we're flushing out the central channel, or thinking of the spine, the spinal column, and releasing, flowing that chi, and imagine the electricity going through every part of the body, traveling and connecting, and it can be fast and slow. Okay, so let's just take that and look at the standing. Okay. And for the standing, we can add in the stepping, so stepping in place. Right? So if I step up with my right foot, right or left foot, doesn't matter, right? And I would sit back and forth. I'm going to go back and forth. As I come back and forth, I want to turn my waist 45, and as I come forward, I'm going to turn my waist. Don't pass the toe. Be comfortable with your knee. Totally relax the knee. And when I say relax the knee, inside, under the kneecap, just let it go. Right? Let your legs be heavy. Right? Remember, don't lean, and keep the sternum up. So I'm going to turn to the back, and then I'm going to turn to the front. Right? I'm going to turn to the back. Right? I'm shifting, and I'm shifting. And I could make it a step and a step, like this. Okay? This shows you, this will simulate the walking, and it'll force you to transfer 100%, right? 100% and sync, finish the move, right? So even if I'm here, I want to feel this. I want to feel the sync, right? I want to feel the sync. Yeah. So if you step and step, so turning the waist, right? So I'm going to turn the waist. Just start warm up, turning the waist, and slowly, just take your time, stepping back, right? And stepping forward, trying to keep the ball right in the center. You can start off with one height. Right? Just get used to the stepping. Right? Wow, my girlfriend has 2 watches. Oh, she's so talented. And they both look the same.
They are not. They're different colors.
They're both silver.
Different shapes.
Yeah.
One's black and one's
Okay. And then slowly do different heights. Right? So just go at whatever speed is comfortable for you. So you can see me going down to my lower dantian, right? And then just dropping it down, thinking of my root, the perineum, and then coming back up, right? Just below the navel, then my solar plex, my throat, my forehead, third eye, right? And my crown. And working my way back down. Okay. And then want to start adding the turn. So as I come forward, I want to turn. As I sit back, I want to turn. I want to turn. So I'm going to get this wiggle, right? Get this wiggle over here, right? So allow my body to turn. And we're going to, the ball goes side to side, don't worry about it, right? I'd rather you get that nice loosening of the joints than being hyper-focused and trying to keep it right in the center. So try to wiggle, right? It's a little hula, and if one leg gets tired, right, you switch the leg. Right? So just go ahead and switch the leg at any time. Looking straight ahead, breathing comfortably, right? Taking your time. Right? Hands are loose. Just focusing and connecting with the body, with the center of the body at the same height as the center of the ball. Okay? Switch the leg at any time. come on the side. I feel like I have a shadow. Yeah. Oh, it's getting warm. It's getting warm. And you can linger. You can linger at any chakra you want. If you're at a chakra and it feels like, oh, something's stuck there, just relax and stay there and expand that chakra. Right? Like, oh, if your heart feels like it's stuck, just relax and think of your heart open and connected with the sun in the sky and expanding. If you come down to your solar place and you feel like, oh, choked, project that out like a wedge, like a cone, right? And just work on it over there. Okay? If you have a lot of space, well, even in the short space, right? We could step and then turn and then step, right? And then we could step up. If you had a lot of space, we could just keep on walking, right? And step back, of course. Yeah, if you go to the park, you walk around in a circle, right? You're walking around in a circle and there's no end. And change the rotation of the ball. So if I'm going this way, right? If I'm going this way, then I want to come back, right? If I'm going this way, then I want to start switching it back. So you get used to rotating one way and switching the other way. And while you're doing this, one of the things you're doing is being comfortable while you're walking and moving, switching the spirals, right? So you're walking, something happens, you just automatically switch, right? You don't get stuck. And that's a subtle fall prevention skill, right? So if, right, I could just be walking back and forth, right? Yeah. Now, one of the things that might automatically start happening is you're going to start rolling the ball on top. So you have to decide, do you want to be really strict in what your hands are doing, or do you want that total freedom, right? Where it doesn't matter what part of your hand or your arm or even your elbow starts rolling on the ball, right? If you want to, it's whatever you want to focus on. Okay? So if you're starting to walk, right, don't get too hyper focused on controlling the ball, right? Because that just splits your mind out in too many ways, right? So walking. Right? So some of you are doing dance exercises or dances, right? You can take your dance steps, but your upper body play with the ball, right? Then you just have a different drill, right? So I could be walking circle, right? From here, okay? Turn the waist, take some time to practice really turning the waist, Take some time to look at some of those real specific moves coming up, okay? So this will loosen up all your joints, right? While keeping your palms right in the center. If I do it without the ball, from here, without physically holding the ball and just my hands, I'm still imagining I'm scooping something. And one of the things I like to do sometimes is I like to do my heart chakra, the heart Qigong. Imagine the sun, right? Imagine the little sun in your chest, warm and cool, polishing it. And as I'm doing this, right, I'm polishing my heart, I'm polishing that sun, and then expanding and warm and cool. So even without holding the ball, right, it could just be one hand, and I'm just imagining, oh, I'm polishing my heart. I'm connecting with the sun. I have that little sun in there. It's expanding, it's warm. My heart is open, right? It could be two hands. It could just be one hand. Right? I might keep this hand here just to kind of center help to center, or my hand might be out, doesn't really matter too much. And I'm just polishing, right? I'm just polishing my heart. I could think of my lungs, polishing. Relax my breathing, deep breath, expanding, right? So all related to the ball Qigong, right? From here. And you can, it's a nice feeling to do it empty hand when I'm doing that heart Qigong. It's just a different feeling for me, right? From here, just polishing from here, just polishing and expanding, breathing in. I could come out, exhale, breathe in, so I could layer all that skill on top. Okay. All right. So you want to work yourself up to where, from being really strict and the hands don't move, they can swivel and then they can start rolling. And you can do it with your forearms, your wrists and forearms. And what this allows you to do is, that means if you're still doing the movement, but you have all this freedom of your fingers, your palms, your wrists, right? They don't get stuck and they coordinate. They coordinate with each other. So the ending part, I'll just to show it to you. Come. Yeah, come. Is if you have a partner, you can do a two-man very gently, right? So you face me, right? So, here, turn this way, then both cameras can see it. So, and Bond starts playing with the ball, yeah? And then I'm just going to join in. So when I join in, right, I'm going to come in, yeah, relax. As she feels my hand, it's not a fighting game. My hand becomes part of the ball, so she just slides and comes over, yeah? So as we feel each other's hands, they're just part of the ball. And as my hand comes in, right, she doesn't fight to like keep my hand out. She just slides her hand over mine, right? So we both start playing with it, yeah? And then we can reverse it. So anybody who wants to reverse it can change direction, right? Yeah. And you can see how you can play with it, and it starts floating up in the air. Like if I bring it really high out here, and you just have to relax. So we can do a stance. You can step up, no, with your other leg, opposite, yeah. And then you can sit back, and come forward, right? And sit back, and come forward. And it's just really soft. It's fun because sometimes when the ball drops down, right? You end up scooping, you're following it. Yeah. And it's just a nice cooperation game. It's a nice two-man cooperation game. Right? Yeah. What happened? Hey, where'd you go? If you get tired, you're too tense. You have to relax. Yeah. Just relax, right? And you can switch leg. Yeah. And it can become more aggressive, but you don't want that. But the only aggression you want is like who's controlling it, right? Who's controlling and following. And when you do two-man things, you want to switch that role. You want to follow. Oops, you want to follow and you want to take over. And that's the fun of the game, right? And if it's going in one direction, you want to switch direction and you want to follow. Okay? Yeah. So just trying to get it to switch direction, but learning to go with it and turn your waist, wiggle your waist. Yeah, wiggle your waist, see? The wiggling comes on. Keep going. Yeah, not quite so 3-year-old, but just turn, swivel, turn. Yeah. And don't look at the ball. So you should be able to do it with your eyes closed. Right? So if Bon is here, right, come on this side. So if Bon is here, right, and my eyes are closed, then it's just feeling where the ball is.
No peeking.
Okay. And just following. Right? So even one hand, right? So one hand can be the whole body, right? Can be the whole body rolling the ball while she's doing it. Yeah. So in a subtle way, you're trying to, right? You're trying to steal the ball away from the other person, but it's a cooperation. Okay, so anyway, that's it's fun. It's fun. It can be safe. Just do it gently.
The soft ones.
Yeah. So again, these are the ones from Longs. They're you don't come closer. You don't want the real hard plastic ones. They're too slippery. They don't grab. Don't get the textured ones. You know, like the old red rubber balls we used. Yeah, we use in the schools. These are just right. You can inflate them, deflate them, and they'll lose air over time. But they're just really cheap, right? Easy to clean and such. And just doing on one hand, it helps you to. Oh, there's so many things, but the Tai Chi Ball helps you to develop the concept of that circle and that spiral, and then holding something, and then you can just, it just develops into like just spiraling all over. So one of the things that I try to explain is that when we do this exercise and I transition to here, right, and then transition to here, as I'm turning, this palm is spinning. And it's spinning right off the center. So as I'm turning, it's spinning, and as I'm spinning, the shoulder blade, you can really emphasize the shoulder blade expanding and stretching out. Everything stays right in the center, so it spins right along that axis. So coming up here, yeah, it just spins. It comes down. So holding an object gives it a little bit more concrete explanation of turning and spinning, right? And you can see the relationship from it. Okay, all right. Oh, right on time, 11:29. Okay, put the toys away. Stretch your feet out. Yeah, bring the hands up, standing or seated. Oh, that was fun. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Okay, extend the legs away, feet falling, sitting nice and straight. Hands resting here, and then from playing with the ball, you should feel that, yeah. You should feel like you're just holding that bubble, that little soap bubble in each hand. Think about Sung, relaxing and expanding. Drop the chin down. Relax the chest. Let the belly expand and breathe. Open the throat. Okay, slowly open your eyes. Yeah, rub your hands together. Fingers in and out. Right? Relax. Yeah. You wiggle your hands back and forth. Get all those joints nice and loose and warmed up. Yeah. Warm up your eyes. Tap the top of your head, front to back. Working from the center to the outside, from the front to the back. Do about 3 times. Just your fingertips. And then just comb and massage your scalp. Same thing, front to back, center to outside, and 3. Okay, and then pull your ears up. Just stretch and pull and stimulate the earlobes, the outside of the earlobes. Yeah. There's a whole acupuncture chart just doing earlobes. Yeah. Just gently pulling it down, warming them up. Tapping the back of your neck, up and down. And then just your fingertips pulling and stretching those muscles away from the spine on your neck, working up into the occipital ridge, right, the base of the skull. Just turn your head side to side and up and down. You can do 1 side at a time or 2 sides together. And then just drop, just let your arms drop. Use the weight of your hands and just the fingertips, pulling. If you're just holding a point and moving your head back and forth, your fingertips will work a little bit more into those ridges. And then just cradle your face. Nice and warm. Yeah, you know, sometimes all these muscles over here, right, they get really tight. Like if Susie had to have days like this, right, where as a legislator, you know, she's got to have had days where her whole day was smiling at people, right, and gritting her teeth. And at the end of the day, you know, Mike's kid said, "How come you're still smiling?" I can't move my jaw. So this kind of Qigong, right, this is natural, right? We sit down at the end and then go, ah, and our hands come here and we relax. And we're using the Qi, so if we do it a little bit more consciously, right, we can use this to help to relax all these muscles and let go of all that energy. And if it's really tight at a certain point, it'll release and you might get, wow, really hot. It might just get really warm. Yeah. If I keep my elbows together, right, gently if I can, right, that helps the Qi to rise in a certain way also. Yeah. So you could fall asleep like this, yeah. So there's the body knows, right? When you see people doing this, right, when your hands come up here, it's saying, oh, I need this. Your body needs this. Yeah. Yeah. And then if we're forced to move our hands away too fast before it's time, oh, we get irritated, right? Like, leave me alone, right? We need this time. Yeah, so it's not just propping your head up, but we're warming it up and releasing the jaw muscles. So you could open and stretch the jaw at the same time, or you could gently massage with your fingertips while you're doing it too. And up here, if you have a lot of stress, that stress is right in the forehead. So you can go from the top, center, and then do the middle, and come down towards right over here, the temple, and then right above the eyebrows, just the fingertips. And you could just keep on massaging. You can feel that little groove. You could just massage all the way back and imagine, right, you're just letting it go. You know, this line, you do it for your family. Oh, they're just, stand behind them, embrace, and just massage. Somebody has a migraine headache and you're trying to figure out what to do for them. This is one of the things you can do. It just pulls all that stress and tension away, you know. And then you just massage right back down, just with your fingertips, not killing them, but just gently massaging and pushing it away or breaking it back, yeah. So that's one of the things you can do for headaches, tension headaches, a lot of tension up here, yeah. Okay. All right, nice to see everybody again. Tomorrow we'll be back at Lanakila, 9:30 to 11:30. We're going to broadcast the Zoom, so we'll be there. If you don't have the schedule for that, let Susie know and let me know. We'll forward you the link. I think it's a different link from today. And third week in July, I can't remember, the 20th, this July 20th. I should remember there's some important birthdays for me on July 20th. So I'll be returning to Nakapuna Makamai in person. So Jerry, Val, make sure you contact Carmen, yeah, or let me know if you need to. If anybody else is interested, let me know. The only difference with Nakapuna Makamai, they do charge per class. I have to clarify that with Carmen again, if they're still doing that. As $10. I think it's like if you join, it's like $8, and if you're a non-member, it's $10. But who knows what happened in the last year? You have a pandemic, trying to get people back in. And we're moving to Tier 5, so yeah, watch for news from Susie and every place else about what's allowable with basically the size of the groups. Yeah, from there. This mysterious Tier 5 that suddenly appeared. What else? Oh, and then this Thursday I'm meeting with the Papakolea community. So apparently one of the women who works in this nonprofit organization, her mom was involved in Tai Chi for Health. So she learned from the mom. They brought it to the seniors one day, just kind of a show and tell. And the seniors came and said, hey, we want this on a regular basis. So they reached out to me. I still don't know how they got my name. So I'll find that out later. But that'll be fun. That'll be fun, yeah. Different community, another bunch of people. Okay, so have a nice day, everybody. You can stay on as long as Susie allows us, and then she'll turn us off. I know she's got things to do. So say hi to Mike.
He's
Yeah.
in South Carolina.
He's what?
He's in South Carolina.
Oh, goodness. Oh, no wonder I didn't see him walking around in the back. Wow, South Carolina. Goodness.
He's at an international chaplains conference.
Oh.
He coordinates the chaplains for the state sheriffs.
Oh, how cool. How cool. Yeah. Yeah, if he was in North Carolina or Virginia, I think like, oh, FBI, CIA stuff, security. I never understood. My cousin said, yeah, I'm going up. He was going up to, North Carolina and Virginia, and he was going up for these martial arts conferences. They would invite him up, and then he would talk about, all these FBI and CIA guys in the workshops. And then slowly I began to understand that world, right? Oh, Washington, D.C., Virginia, the Carolinas. Oh, headquarters. Yeah, a lot of interesting people up there in that world.
He still hasn't gotten there. It's been, I don't know how many. He left at 2 o'clock yesterday.
Oh, where is he stuck at?
He was stuck at Honolulu, and then he missed his flight in Atlanta.
Oh my goodness.
So now, I don't know. I hope he's landed.
Oh, goodness.
Too long.
When I used to travel a lot when I was up at the state office, and in the middle of my 3 years at the state office, that's when 9/11 happened.
Oh yeah.
Right? My brother got caught on the West Coast, and yeah, it was not fun traveling. And I think pandemic is kind of the same but a little different. But it's like these are the times where it's really not fun traveling. There's so many, every day it's a new rule. People come up with their own things, personalities come out. Oh, I remember at Hawaiian Air, this one guy was just, this one worker, he was just a bully. Like, what are you yelling at people for? You can't do this, right? They just become, they become their own security world. But it's not fun. And if you got to travel like that, right? If it's one hop, not too bad. But like Mike, he's doing like 2 hops at least 2 hops. Oh, yeah. But
Well, thank you,
yeah.
everybody. Thank you, Randy.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks, Susie.
We
Yeah.
really appreciate it. Thank you, Randy.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Yvonne, too.
All right. Oh, I will. I will. Yeah. So we'll see some of you tomorrow again, or if not next week, or yeah. And I always, right? Always, if you have questions, let me know. If you have specific things, let me know. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Thanks again, Susie.